guys, BMS here, and welcome back to a game where the freaks come out at night. That's right, it's Castlevania 2. Let's see, last time we took down the second mansion and got Dracula's second body part, his heart, which I didn't know he actually had a heart, but then again, I guess anatomically speaking, he would need one because, you know, science. Anyway, this time we get to go all the way back to the starting village, head to the left this time, and find another mansion, and hopefully another body part. Oh boy, what fun! I've been waiting for this all day. See you there. And after some very subtle editing, we're back here in the starting village. But before we head to the left, oh my god, our health is not completely full. How will we ever survive? We need to, of course, pay a visit to the church here and get us some good healing. You know, praise the Lord, get full health, so we can go out and continue our quest to kick the shit out of the living undead. Thrilling, yes, of course. Actually, that kind of begs the question, as big as the censor was for Nintendo of America, especially back in the 80s like this, you know, I mean, they censored everything, you know, from the 8-bit tits in Castlevania 3, and I think even some stuff in Castlevania 1, to a bunch of other shit, especially like religious stuff too, you know. Kind of surprised that they left it in this game, where you actually go to a Christian church to get healed. Very odd. Anyway, just a simple observation. Anyway, here to the left, we're introduced to a bunch of new enemies. These little mudbin guys that spit fireballs at us. Those little walking purple alligator things, I don't know. There's weird shit is over here to the left side, let's just put it that way. Also, we have this poisonous marsh stuff that looks a lot like lava, but it's not. It's just marsh, I guess. I don't know, maybe Simon just... you know, fuck it, I don't even have an excuse for that. Here we have the Boatman, which is the one used for the heart. Depending on whether or not you have the heart equipped, he'll take you to a different location. You need to have it equipped to access the third mansion. So we're going to go ahead and take care of that. And when we do that, the palette becomes a little different over here, so, and you heard that little sound effect, so you know you did it right. Yummy. Of course, here's the third mansion, but before we do that, we have an item we need to collect all the way over to the left side of the map here. So let's go ahead and take care of that. These blocks, once again, you have... timing is everything with these jumps, let's put it that way. Really, you want to jump when the block that you're standing on is going up. That way you'll get some extra height. Because if you jump when it's heading down, you're dead. Let's just put it that way. You're gone. Great place to farm hearts here is from those mummy men. They always drop a big heart, no matter day, night, whatever, so excellent, eh? These ghost pirates, I don't know, we're introduced to some really dickish enemies. I mean, this is kind of like the hard, where the shit has gotten real. Let's put it that way. These Medusa heads, much more annoying than any other Castlevania game. Instead of the little normal wavy pattern, they home in on you, and they do it at a pretty good pace, too. Here we get another useless sub-weapon, the diamond. Takes one heart to use, of course. And it bounces around the screen for a little bit, doing minuscule damage. And then it flies off. That was really worth all the trouble we went through to get it. Oh yeah. Anyway, back at the mansion. Fuck it, let's continue on. Third mansion. The enemies look like they have the same palette as in the second, but don't be fooled. They're a lot stronger. We also have a lot more... confusing paths here. Multiple branching paths that lead, you know, nowhere. Thrilling. Also, this mansion introduces us to one of only 2 bosses that we encounter in the game here, which the bosses are all optional in this game, save for 2, Dracula and 1 more. And the only one aside from Dracula that you have to kill is so you can collect an item to get into Dracula's castle. Thrilling. Which... I mean, I understand they're bosses, but don't let that fool you. The bosses in this game are a cakewalk, even with the leather whip. Only. I mean, come on. It really doesn't get much easier than this, folks. The hardest part you're going to encounter here is actually getting there. Okay, so we've already got a stake from the last mention, so we don't have to really hunt down the salesman just yet. We're going to want to do that after we get the body part. So, a lot of climbing. A lot of skeleton dodging. Not really going to farm for experience here. I probably should to level up, but, you know, I don't know, that takes way too much time for me, and I don't like to waste time. So, let's go ahead here. Here we go. One of the more difficult segments here. The enemies are all you're climbing down, and there's various segments here where the enemies are kind of dicks to you. I mean, with a stronger whip, it's not that bad because you can just go down and clobber them. With the leather whip and the holy water only, you kind of have to be careful here. Not to mention, you don't have a whole hell of a lot of health. Another real dickish enemy spot here. It is possible to make it by him if he dashes all the way to the right, but unfortunately he didn't do that for me. Yeah. Anyway, there's the oak salesman. You can actually destroy those top blocks there so you can jump down to speak with him. So he's not really that far out of the way here yet. We're almost to the boss, so let's get through this shit and I'll see you when we get to the boss. As you can see, these skeletons and the enemies are taking a lot more damage than any of the previous mansions. This is really where it becomes more to your benefit to just dodge the enemies entirely instead of trying to take all of them out, because it takes so long to kill one enemy. It's really not worth it at all. Okay, and here we go, the boss. And the boss is, oh my god, it's Death. Oh, Jesus, how will we ever destroy this man? Well, apparently has an odd fixation with garlic. Our super scrotum sack we just laid on the ground there will eventually kill him. Of course, it does minuscule damage, so it's going to take a very long time, so let's just go ahead and skip ahead. One thing to note about Death, he is completely optional. You can just go collect the body part on the other side and leave. The only reason you're actually going to want to kill this guy is for a sub-weapon he drops, which is actually pretty useful, believe it or not. Yeah, that's just fucking embarrassing. After Castlevania 1 and 3, you'd think that they would have, you expect this guy to be, I don't know, difficult. He's Death. Well, that took about 3 minutes. Alright, excellent. That sound effect gets very old, by the way. Anyway, once you kill Death, you can grab the golden knife or the golden dagger. Most useful sub-weapon in the game, believe it or not. It does a lot of damage, and it freezes enemies in place. It does take hearts to fuel, of course, but it will kill practically anything. It's very useful against Dracula as well. Also, just to the right there, we collect Dracula's eyeball. I don't know why it's just one. Maybe he's a Cyclops now. I don't know. Anyway, why digress? With the eye, as with all the body parts, it does have a special use. Those books, or those tomes that I mentioned in the last mansion, the eye allows you to see any hidden items inside the walls. It's useful if you're looking to collect the sub-weapons and whatnot. We'll test out our dagger here just to show you how powerful it is. By killing Death. Keep in mind it took about 2 minutes to kill him with the garlic, which does 1 leather whip worth of damage per hit, shall we say. The golden dagger not only freezes them in place, but does a lot of damage to boot. I say that, and he's still taking, way too long to kill for what he gives you. Well, that didn't go as planned. I intended to show you how fast you can kill him, but it still took me a minute to take the fucker out. Okay. Anyway, needless to say, the golden knife is very useful on Dracula. Let's just leave it at that, yeah. Anyway, we've done just about all there is to do in this mansion. Let's go back up and collect our oak stake. Thankfully, we don't have to go too far out of the way to get it. 3 mansions down, only 2 to go. And then we can tackle, or if we can locate Dracula's castle, we can go ahead and knock out the King of Demons himself. Again, and we'll hopefully lift the curse before poor Simon kicks the bucket. Ah, damn skeletons. So many hits, which this is nothing compared to the last mansion. I think in the last mansion they take like 30 hits from the base whip to kill. Yeah, hell, even then it's better just to tank damage and move by them. Of course, when you encounter sections like this where a hit from them will knock you off a platform, you really have to... It's a pain in the ass because you have to take the time and actually kill it. What a pity. Awesome. Grab our steak, and I'll see you towards the entrance of the mansion, people. Okay, well, we've got 3 body parts of Dracula. We're just about ready to wrap this up. About does it for this video. In the next one, we will go ahead and talk to the Boatman again and get back on the normal path, the proper path, and try and locate the 4th mansion. Keep on collecting them body parts. See you then, people.